Naghulan squinted at the dense dossier in his lap, the leather-bound seat of his jeep creaking as he shifted. The drive into the heart of Karnataka's forest had been long and jostling, with pathways more akin to quagmires than roads. However, it wasn't the arduous journey or the thought of executing a multi-million-dollar contract that plagued him. It was the legends, the whispers of the Dandeli demons and their herald, the Raktochushaka. Ridiculous, of course, but annoyingly persistent. He closed the dossier with a sigh, looking up just as the forest canopy devoured the last slanting rays of daylight. Ravi, his local foreman, sat in the passenger seat, nervously clutching a talisman to his chest. "Sir, the Raktochushaka, you know the stories, no? We should be careful. They say it drains your life force." Naghulan, skeptical and pragmatic, chuckled. "Ravi, you've been watching too many horror movies. Superstitions can't build eco-resorts. Hard work and planning do." Ravi's brow furrowed, but he held his tongue, taking solace in his charm. They arrived at the encampment just as twilight draped the forest in hues of purple and shadow. Workers murmured their hellos, their eyes casting wary glances at the trees around them. The air seemed thicker here, laden with both humidity and an unspoken dread. The first week passed uneventfully, and Naghulan's confidence grew. Then, on a particularly sweltering day, the first unsettling incident occurred. A crescent wrench went missing, only to reappear hours later in the center of the construction site, glistening with a dark, viscous liquid. "Is someone pulling a prank?" Naghulan shouted, but the workers exchanged uneasy glances, shaking their heads. "Nataraj found the wrench under his cot last night," Ravi said quietly, his eyes darting around the clearing. "He said he saw something, a shadow." "Coincidence," Naghulan grumbled. "Nothing more. People will make up tales to justify their fears." As if to mock his skepticism, the eerie phenomena intensified. Tools vanished and returned inexplicably. At night, shadowy figures were often glimpsed flitting between the trees, their movements too fluid to belong to any animal. The workers became restless, whispering of spirits and leaving offerings of flowers and rice at the edge of the forest. One moonless night, a bone-chilling scream echoed through the camp. Naghulan bolted from his tent, discovering Ravi on the ground, clutching his arm. A smooth, eerie gash ran from his elbow to his wrist, bleeding slowly but profusely. "The Raktochushaka," Ravi gasped, pain etched in his features. "It came for me. It wants us gone." The workers scrambled for explanations, but all pointed back to the legends they had scoffed at. Naghulan found his logical mind struggling. He wasn't a believer in the supernatural, yet the evidence was mounting. A tapestry of chilling occurrences that defied rational explanation. Determined to confront the root of the chaos, Naghulan assembled a team to investigate deeper into the forest. Ravi's wound was bandaged, but his warnings grew more dire. "Sir, just be careful. The old tales, they speak of a temple deep within the forest. It's where she, Draupadi, made her unholy pact." Navigating through the undergrowth, their lanterns pierced the suffocating darkness, casting long, quivering shadows. They moved cautiously, the silence broken only by the occasional rustle of unseen creatures. After what felt like an eternity, the foliage parted to reveal a decrepit, vine-covered temple. Inside, ancient inscriptions adorned the walls, detailing a tragic narrative. Draupadi, a chieftain's daughter, had been beloved by her people. However, a cruel twist of fate had her making a pact to save her village from invaders. The pact transformed her into Raktochushaka, a spectral vampire doomed to haunt the forest, feeding off the life force of any who dared wander too close. Naghulan's eyes settled on a ritual depicted in a series of engravings. It was a rite meant to break the curse, involving a consecrated dagger and an altar at the temple's heart. Steeling themselves, Naghulan and his team prepared to perform the ancient ritual. As Naghulan began reciting the incantations, a chilling wind whipped through the temple, extinguishing most of their lanterns. The darkness seemed to pulse and breathe. Then, with a hiss and a howl, the Raktochushaka attacked. It moved with terrifying speed, a blur of malice and fury. Teeth bared, Draupadi's ghostly visage was both beautiful and horrific, a wraith-like sadness twisting her features. Naghulan fought with the consecrated dagger, each strike cutting the air with desperate fervor. In a crucial moment, he managed to plunge the dagger into the altar, unleashing a cataclysmic roar that reverberated through the temple walls. Draupadi's spirit let out a wail of pure anguish before dissipating into a fine, silvery mist that seemed to bond with the forest itself. Silence reclaimed the temple, punctuated only by their heavy, ragged breaths. Morning brought a fragile peace, the forest around them eerily calm. Naghulan and his team returned to the camp, eyes weary but filled with an unspoken understanding. They packed their equipment, the decision unanimous. Continuing the project was not worth courting the wrath of the supernatural, no matter how lucrative. As he left, Naghulan cast a final glance toward the depths of the forest, the whispering pines seeming almost to beckon. He knew the Raktochushaka's curse lingered in the air like a faint, unending melody. Some nightmares, he conceded, never truly died, but remained eternally woven into reality's fabric to remind those who tread too boldly. The eco-resort project was permanently abandoned, and Naghulan returned to civilization with a mind forever marked by the experience. The chilling legends persisted, told anew by every soul who met him, amplified by the authenticity of his haunted eyes and the tremor in his voice. The forests of Karnataka stayed untouched and revered, the tales of the Raktochushaka filtering into new stories, ensuring that the spectral guardian's memory would never fade, an eternal sentinel in the heart of the Dandeli demons. Quiet and unchanging, a realm where the line between legend and reality blurred forever.